What's up, Mo Fishies? Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you tuning in. As always, I am truly grateful that you guys take your time to actually watch my videos. And if you haven't already subscribed, I ask you to subscribe, please. We're up to almost 70 now in like just over 2 weeks. This will be my 12th video. Today we're back out here at my first lake in what I consider my home lake, my main lake that started it all. And that's why I came back here. I've known since I started my channel I was gonna make this video. This was one of the first thoughts I had for videos to make. So a quick background. I told you guys before that I had gone out like once with a buddy bass fishing, and he had soft plastics and some baits and stuff, and I had no clue what I was doing. And so 5 years ago when my son wanted to go bass fishing, when I went to the store, we had no bass fishing tackle, lures, baits, anything. So we went to the store and I was like, all right, what am I gonna buy? And I knew, like, just from fishing that one time with my buddy, like, generally he taught me how to Texas rig, so I knew I'd need some EWG hooks and some bullet weights for Texas rig. And I knew I was gonna need a worm, some sort of, and like I've said before, like I said in my other videos, I didn't know they were creature baits or beaver style baits. I knew I was gonna need something weird like that. And then the other bait, the third one, I don't know why I bought it, I can't remember. I guess liked the look of it, grabbed it, and yeah, these are the three baits on this very lake that have led me to a YouTube channel and me tournament bass fishing, literally, not exaggerating at all, because of these three baits. I bought these baits and fished for probably a week or two with just these three. And if you only have three baits, you can really dial them in, even if you don't know what you're doing. Just for a week, 2 weeks, just straight. And this is during the lockdown, during that stupid virus. So my son and I were out here like morning, noon, and night fishing. And I was just chucking these things. And the only thing I was changing up is I'd go buy different colors of each a little bit, vary it up a little. But I really dialed in these three and gained a lot of confidence going from scratch, zero bass fishing experience, to kind of dialing in three baits in the first week. And these have like sustained me the last 5 years. Now I have branched out and bought a lot more stuff, and you're going to. But if you need a starting point, if you're just a beginner and you're overwhelmed in the store, you don't know what to buy. I'm not saying buy these or these brands, but something along these lines, and keep it simple. And buy stuff that's versatile, and I'll show you what I mean by versatile in a minute here. So, without further ado, what are they? Well, number one, still to this day, this is my number one confidence, the number one bait that I still throw most over anything else. And I've mentioned this before on the channel. It is the Berkley Pit Boss in green pumpkin, purple flake. That is my number one bait, my number one, still, like I said, to this day, my number one technique, Texas rigging, the Pit Boss. I absolutely crush some bass on a Texas rig Pit Boss. I've caught thousands on that bait right there. So get you a Pit Boss or get you some other form of beaver style bait. And the second one, this is the Yum Dinger, obviously, stick bait. I did start with the Yamamoto. I was buying Gary Yamamoto's. I don't know why. I think my buddy, maybe he was a Yamamoto guy. I think I had remembered that from fishing with him. So, but I switched over. These are just cheaper and they seem to last a little bit better. But Yamamoto's probably catch more fish. I don't know. 5-inch stick bait. Versatile, very versatile also. Remember, we're only buying a few things. We're just starting. Baits that are versatile are gonna be more beneficial. And then number three bait, third one, and this is the one, I don't know why I bought it. I don't know what, I probably just saw it on the shelf. I was like, hey, that's cool, I'm gonna buy that. Is the Booyah Boo Jig. This is the perch color or bluegill. I think it's the perch color, yeah. This bait I have caught thousands of fish on as well. There's a higher learning curve probably for learning over top of the Pit Boss or the Senko, the Dinger. But if this is one of the three baits you have and you throw it and you throw it and you throw it and you throw it, you're gonna figure it out real quick. You're gonna figure them all out. That's why just keep it keep it minimum. Keep it down to 3, 4, maybe 5 baits if you're just starting. And really dial those in so you have confidence. You always have confidence in at least one thing that you're throwing. So versatility wise, like I said, you got, I would just Texas rig the old Senko, the Yum Dinger there, Texas rig the Pit Boss. And that's how I fish. Sometimes I would unweight. After a while, I realized I didn't need a weight, and I could just throw that Senko out there and fish it unweighted, and it did good. And I'd fish, and I'd swim that across the top of lily pads and everything unweighted. And those were my top water baits sometimes too. All right, and then with those two soft plastics, obviously you need a trailer for your jigs. So right there you got, just with those two soft plastics, I got 2 separate trailers for the same jig. Maximizing my limited resources, my limited amount of baits. All right, so after fishing for, like I said, a week or 2 with these 3 different baits that I had, and really starting to dial them in and really like getting OCD possessed by bass fishing, like to the 9th degree where you end up with a YouTube channel. I was obviously watching YouTube videos and trying to figure out some more stuff. There's one small addition to what I had, this little basic setup, cheap and easy addition that once again leveled up my bass fishing, doubled, tripled, quadrupled the amount of fish I was catching. This one small thing. That's right. The wacky hook. I remember when I saw that on YouTube, I was like, yeah, right, that's a joke. There's no way that. And this is only 5 years ago, mind you, that I'm learning all this stuff. I'm like, that's not for real. That wouldn't work. That right there has won more tournaments probably than any other bait in this rigging with that little teeny hook. And I can tell you that owner hooks were the original hooks that I bought for my wacky rig setup once I saw a video. And to this day, that is all I buy is the owner hooks. I have confidence in that hook. I have upsized. I went up to the 2-aught. I think I was fishing 1, not even 1-aught. I was fishing size 1. Man, you watch a lot of those channels and those guys are fishing big old EWG hooks with their it's finesse for a reason, and it works for a reason. And I think that smaller hook, that they call it the camo green or whatever it is. Yeah, camo green. So that one addition to what I already had, and all I had to buy was a hook, and I doubled my catch rate, tripled, or maybe even quadrupled. If you fish this, you know. Like, the wacky rig gets it done. If you're a beginner, just start off with a few things and really dial them in. And buy some things that are versatile, that are kind of interchangeable or can play off each other or whatever to really, I got 3 baits here. I'll bring you in right now. So let's count it. Put some coffee on this. All right, so I only got 3 baits here really. Is the Yum Dinger, the Senko, the Berkley Pit Boss, and then the Booyah Boo Jig. That's it. But we get a Texas rig, a wacky rig, a jig with that little trailer, a jig with that trailer, and I guess if you really wanted to, you could just throw a plain jig. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different offerings from 3 different baits. And I'm not saying you have to buy the Yum. Go buy the Senko, the Yamamoto, and there's the Sweet Beaver, the Reaction Innovation Sweet Beaver. The guys at Tactical Bassin are huge on that. There's a million jigs. I've bought other jigs and throw other jigs. This was literally just the first jig I bought and threw and gained confidence in, and I really like this skirt material. So there you go. That's what started this channel, Mo Fishies. Those simple little baits. Not much money at all. It doesn't take much money. You don't need a ton of stuff. Once you master, or once you really dial in and figure out what you got going on and what you're using, add little things here or there, like I did with the wacky hook once I figured that out and realized it wasn't a joke. All right, Mo Fishies, that's it. Just a quick one today. Just wanted to show you guys my top 3 baits that started it all on the lake, that started it all. Don't have the canoe that started it all. But I came down here just to show you that, because it's that important, I feel. If you're just starting, just get something similar to that. Get those, you know, whatever works in your area. But really dial in a few techniques, 3 to 5 techniques. Get those dialed in first, and then move on. It is priceless having confidence in 1 or 2 or 3 baits. When you have those confidence baits you can go to, that's almost priceless. Till next time, catch you Mo Fishies later.